Hello and welcome to Yoga for Strength and Vitality. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're happy. I hope you're taking good care of yourself. It's very important to relax, have a regular time to practice yoga and relaxation every day. Now, sitting on the couch, checking email, or doing something else on our phones is not relaxation. Yoga offers a lot of tools to really and deeply relax. One of them is mindful breathing, and we'll do that right now. Sitting comfortably cross-legged, or any way you can sit comfortably with a straight spine. Let's close our eyes, deeply inhale and exhale through the nose. Inhaling health, vitality, and goodness. Exhaling toxins, judgment, things we don't need. Feeling the air going into the nostrils and the breath coming out. Maybe connecting with any sounds, exterior sounds you might hear in your environment. Notice and then let go. Bring your attention back to your breath, maybe back to your nostrils or the tip of your nose as you slowly and deeply inhale and exhale. And then you might be aware of a thought that comes or a thought that lingers. Just notice and try to let it go, bringing your attention back to your breath. Deep and slow inhalations and exhalations. And then bringing your attention back. This brief practice of mindful breathing, bringing the attention back to your breath, notice your breath, trying to let go of distractions, is a very effective way to quickly achieve more peace of mind. So you can practice it practically anywhere you are. You can sit in an office chair, you can sit on a park bench, and just do mindful breathing. Let's begin movement with sitting cross-legged. Let's rotate the torso, making Sufi circles, and you can close your eyes, move the way your body wants to move. Maybe faster, maybe slower, maybe full range of motion, maybe barely, and the opposite direction. And then sitting straight, bringing the left hand down on the floor next to you, bringing your right arm out and up and over. You can bend your left elbow to allow a bigger stretch. And inhaling up and exhaling down, right hand down, and inhaling left arm up. And exhaling down, pausing for a moment with your eyes closed. For Yoga Mudra, reaching around the back, clasping your hands behind your back. With the inhalation, arching back. With the exhalation, bending forward, lifting your arms behind you. Forehead onto or towards the mat. Slowly lower the arms onto your back, inhaling up, pausing for a moment with eyes closed. And let's stand up, starting with our standing sequence. Beginning with Tadasana, the mountain pose, having the feet about hip width apart, lifting the toes up, fanning the toes out. And as you place it down, feel your weight is evenly placed on all four corners of your feet. You can cup your belly with your hand and your lower back, lifting up the front, pushing on the lower back. And bring the arms up, palms up, and bring the arms back behind you. Notice the shoulder blades coming closer together. And then bring the arms slowly down to the side. When the pinkies touch, turn the palms in. Notice the arms are by the outer seams of your pants. Oftentimes our head sticks out, so 2 fingers at the chin, gently pushing the chin back. Lengthening your spine with your head and neck. Now close your eyes, make a mental note of your pose. Tadasana. Tada is the mountain in Sanskrit. So the mountain pose, straight and strong like a mountain. From here, let's do 5 full yoga breaths. Inhaling through the nose. With the exhalation, bending forward, hands towards your feet. With the inhalation, rising up, bone by bone. Gazing at a focal point as you come up onto the toes, stretching up. And with the exhalation, moving forward and down. Timing your movement with your breath. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. And let's do one more all together. Exhaling as you bend forward. Inhaling as you fill your lungs, stretching up. And then coming onto the heels, bring the palms to the chest, elbows are relaxed, eyes closed, and pause. For the half moon pose, you can bring your feet closer together. If balance is an issue, keep them apart at hip distance. With the inhalation, arms up, left hand in front of the right, thumbs locked, stretching up. Exhaling onto the heels and bending sideways to your left. Can use your left hand to bring that upper arm back by the ear. Strength and courage fill my body cells is the affirmation. With the next inhalation, rising up again, stretching on the toes, reaching up onto the heels, arms down to the side, back to Tadasana. If the arms are hanging forward a little bit and the shoulders are rounded, just rotate the shoulders forward, up and back, pausing with eyes closed. For the opposite side, inhaling, arms up, right hand in front this time, stretching up, reaching up. Exhaling onto the heels and bending sideways to your right. And releasing with the inhalation, coming up straight, stretching on the toes, reaching up, down onto the heels, arms to the side, pausing with eyes closed. And let's warm up the lower back by separating your feet nice and wide. In steps are parallel to each other, hands at the waist, rotating the torso 3 times in each direction. Move into center unicorn, so clasping the hands behind the back with the inhalation, arching back. With the exhalation, bending forward, lifting the arms behind you. Relaxing the kneecaps, the knees are soft. Arms are up high, head is down low. Keeping the head down low and the arms onto your back, sliding your hands down your legs. Holding on where you can, could be your shins, your ankles, maybe even your toes. If you can easily reach your toes, 2 fingers around the big toe, cap it with a thumb, forming an energy lock called a mudra in yoga. With the inhalation, lifting your head up. Keep breathing while you hold this intense stretch. Take a deep inhalation here with the exhalation, relaxing down one more time. And keeping your left hand on your leg or on your foot, we move into a triangle pose, keeping the head in the center in between your feet and bringing your right arm up. Then look up past your outstretched hand. Palms forward towards the head. And then bringing your left hand on the floor in between your feet, about a foot forward, straightening both arms, looking up again. And lower the right hand to the leg or to the foot, and lifting your left arm up, centering your head in between your feet. Right hand on the floor, arms are straight. And untwisting, clasping your hands behind your back, lifting the arms up high, guiding your head down low. One more time, unicorn pose. To come out, lower the arms onto your back, bring the hands to the waist with the inhalation. Rising up, gentle arch back, and stepping your feet together. 2 steps. Palms to the chest, pausing with your eyes closed. Allowing the energy to settle, heart rate, breath rate to normalize. And we'll do some balance poses. So doing a warm-up first, placing one foot in front of the other, right in front of the other. Heel is touching the toes. A perfectly straight line with both feet, gazing at a focal point in all balance poses. That's most important. Because as soon as our eyes move, our body will follow. You can have your hands out in your peripheral vision. That helps with balance. And try to have the weight evenly placed on both feet. If you feel balanced enough, crossing forearms, placing the hands on the opposite shoulders. And let's switch feet. So opposite foot forward. Heel touching the toes, perfectly straight line. Such an easy balance warm-up pose that you can do every day, especially maybe in the morning when you wait for your tea water to get hot or your coffee to brew. Practicing balance. Our equilibrium declines after age 35, so we need to practice balance in order to maintain good balance, which prevents us from getting injured when we trip. And release, side by feet, side by side. Take a deep breath or two. And we'll do tree pose. Weight onto the left leg, bringing your right foot up wherever you can. Could be inside your ankle, inside your lower leg, inside your upper leg, or even on top of your thigh. If balance is a challenge, you might want to keep your hands out in your peripheral vision. Remember the focal point at eye level or above, or placing the palms to the chest. I am calm, I am poised is an affirmation you can repeat mentally. It helps us to stay in the pose and keep other thoughts away. I am calm, I am poised. Come out, slowly lower your foot. Pause with your eyes closed, breathing deeply. For the other side, weight onto the right, bringing your left foot up wherever you comfortably can. Balance is difficult. Hands on your peripheral vision. And slowly releasing. Close your eyes, take a deep breath or two. And let's step to the front of our mats. We'll do a jackknife pose. Feet are about hip width apart with the inhalation, lifting the arms up by the ears, stretching up on the toes, reaching up high. And then swan diving forward. So as you move down onto your heels, bring the arms down the side, keeping your back straight. As you slowly lower down. And allow your upper body and your arms to just hang. If you like some movement, you can move your hips from side to side. Move your arms or your shoulders. And reach around your legs, holding on to your forearms or elbows behind your legs. Take a deep inhalation as you exhale. See if you can guide your torso a little closer in. Releasing your hands again and just hang there. What in this world can hold me is your affirmation. Let's reach around the back, clasping the hands, lifting the arms up high, guiding your torso closer to your legs. And lower the arms up to your back, sliding your hands down, place them next to your feet and spread your fingers wide. We'll move back into downward facing dog. So left foot back and right foot back. And your hands are about shoulder width apart, fingers spread. Feet are about hip width apart or a little closer together. And you can pedal your feet, lifting one heel, bending the opposite knee, really stretching the calf and the area behind the knee. Finding your pose, pushing the heels of the hands into the mat, the heels of the feet towards the mat. If your heels are down, maybe you can step out a little further. Breathing deeply, chest towards the knees, hips are up high. And lifting the right leg up for a three-legged dog pose. Bending that right knee, lifting the knee and open the hip to the right. Slowly lower the right knee towards the right elbow. Navel to the spine, engaging the tummy. And lift it up one more time. And lower your right foot and lifting the left. Left leg up. Bending your left knee and lifting that knee. Open the hip to the left. And left knee to left elbow. The lower leg hover in the air. And back up one more time. And lower your foot. Lower the knees, the tops of the feet on the mat, pushing yourself back into extended child's pose. Forehead, forearms resting on the mat. Coming up onto hands and knees, fingers are spread again. Hands about shoulder width apart, hips about hip width apart for cat-cow pose. Rounding your spine like an angry cat with the inhalation sagging down and looking up. And 4 more times with your breath. Exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, sagging your torso down, hips out, looking up. Keeping the spine straight, straighten your left leg, lift it up. Keeping your head in line with your spine, so your focus is down on the mat, and bringing your right arm up. And slowly lower your hand and your knee. Let's do cat-cow again, rounding your spine. Sagging down, looking up. Keeping the spine straight. Straighten your right leg, lift it up. And your left arm. And slowly lower. Rounding your spine again. And inhaling, sagging down, looking up. And bringing your feet together, right big toe over left big toe, moving your knees apart for frog pose. Pushing yourself back, sitting on your heels. Torso, chest on the mat, forearms on the mat, and forehead on the mat. Breathing deeply into the frog pose. And lifting your head and your torso, moving the knees about hip width together because they were apart, tops of the feet on the mat. Bring your forearms forward, sliding your forearms forward, forearms up parallel to each other. Straighten your body, curling the toes under for low plank pose. And pulling the shoulders back. Navel to the spine, so helping your stomach muscles to protect the lower back. Breathing deeply, building strength, core strength. And slowly lower the hips and thighs onto the mat, tops of the feet on the mat. Sliding the hands under your shoulders, the elbows are close to the body, hugging your body as you arch up into cobra. I rise joyfully to meet each new opportunity. Bring the shoulders away from the ears, looking up to the ceiling. And slowly lower down. When you no longer need your arms, keeping the shoulders and the chest up, reaching back, clasping your hands behind, and lifting your arms up high, rising up into a cobra variation. And slowly releasing, lowering down. Left cheek on the mat, relaxing, breathing deeply. For locust pose, making soft fists with your hands. Just bring the fingers into the palms, thumbs on the outside, soft fist. And bringing your arms and your fists under your body. So depending on how long your arms are, they might be under your hips, they might be under your thighs. Chin or forehead on the mat. And as you push your arms and your hands into the mat, lifting the legs up. Slowly lower the legs down. When the toes touch, bring the arms out to the side, opposite cheek to the mat, and pause. Bring the hands under the shoulders, curling the toes under. You can be on your knees first or come up into a downward dog in one movement, pushing the hands into the mat and lifting back up, adjusting your feet, holding the downward dog pose. Walking your feet towards your hands, placing the palms together with the inhalation rising up bone by bone. Palms to the chest. Deeply breathing, deep inhalations and exhalations through the nose. I'll do an extended side triangle, so separating your feet nice and wide again, insteps parallel to each other. Arms up, palms down, and left foot out at an angle, so your foot is pointing away from you, keeping the legs straight as you lean to the left, reaching to the left. And lower your hand when you can. Now your hand could be around your knee, on your shin, on your ankle, or on the foot. Opposite arm up, and if you can, looking up past your outstretched hand. Now it's not important that your hand is on your foot. Everybody's different. But it's important to keep your legs straight. With the inhalation, reaching up a little higher with your upper arm. With the exhalation, bring that arm close to the ear, parallel to the floor. And lower your arm down. Bring your arm up and coming up with both arms. Bring your left foot in and your right foot out. For the other side, now reaching to the right. And lower your hand. Opposite arm up. Looking up past your outstretched fingertips. Focal point is important. I need balance as well. Reaching up a little higher. Inhale. With the exhalation, arm close to the ear. Take a deep inhalation, exhaling the arm down, bending your knee a little bit, coming up. Toes forward, stepping your feet together. Arms to your side. Standing straight and tall in Tadasana with eyes closed. For the chair pose, you can have your feet and ankles close together, or you can have them hip width apart, whatever is more comfortable. With the inhalation, bringing the arms forward as you sit back in that interesting, uncomfortable chair. When you look down, you want to still see your feet, at least your toes. So leaning back, not overextending the knees. And squatting down an inch. And another inch. And coming to a full squat, palms at the chest. And let's sit down and lie on our backs for some simple inversions. So you can bring the knees to the chest if you like, hugging your knees, rolling from side to side, gently massaging your back. Always feels good. And then bring the legs up, perpendicular to the floor, rotating feet and ankles a few times in each direction. Opening and closing your legs like scissors. Any kind of warm-up, signaling your body that we're going to be upside down. And bend your knees to the chest. And lifting the legs again, leading with the heel. And then bring your arms close to your sides or tuck your arms under your sides. Because the closer your elbows are together behind your back, the easier it is to hold your inversion. And bring your legs over your head with some momentum. Lifting your hips, supporting your hips with your hands. Or Viparita Karani, the simple inverted pose. You can stay here in a simple inversion or move into a shoulder stand by walking your hands further up your back. So your body's in a straight line from your shoulders up. Either staying in the shoulder stand or lower your legs for parallel plow. So the legs are parallel to the floor and you release your arms behind you, palms and forearms flat on the mat. If you like an advanced shoulder stand, keeping your arms behind you. If you like, you can clasp your hands even, pushing the arms into the mat and rising back up to shoulder stand. Using the strength of your core to bring the legs back and the hips forward. And prepare to come out. Again, bridge out one leg at a time, counterbalancing with the other. Or bend your knees close to the head. Roll down bone by bone. Setting the feet down, knees are hip width apart, knees bent. We'll move into bridge pose, lifting the hips up high. Reaching out, clasping your hands underneath you, lifting one shoulder at a time, tucking the shoulder blades closer together. Or fish pose, sitting on your hands or maybe having your arms underneath you, always depends on how long your arms are. Straighten your legs, legs are relaxed, and then arching the upper body onto your elbows. Letting the head rest back, your hair is barely touching the mat, most of the weight's on the elbows. Chest is arched and open. Breathing deeply in the fish. My soul floats on waves of cosmic light, the affirmation. For strength variation, pushing the elbows further into the mat, lifting your legs 45 degrees. Slowly lower down, make sure all the weight's on the elbows before you lift your head. Let your back rest down. Pausing for a moment in Savasana. Allowing the navel to rise as you inhale and to fall as you exhale. Deep, slow abdominal breathing. And bring the arms close to your body again, palms facing down, pushing the arms and hands into the mat. Lifting your legs up one more time. If you have a back problem, bend your knees. If not, keep them straight. And then lift your arms. So the arms are straight up, arms and hands parallel to each other, feet parallel to each other, arms and legs parallel to each other. And with the next inhalation, lifting the shoulders, reaching up as if you wanted to get something off the ceiling. You can dorsiflex your feet, so toes down towards the face, engaging all the leg muscles. And with the next exhalation, relax. Bending your knees, hugging your knees, rolling from side to side gently. And placing the feet onto the mat, knees are bent. We'll move into figure 4 pose or threading the needle. Keeping your right leg on your left knee or thigh. Reaching down with your right hand in between the legs, left hand on the outside, holding on to the kneecap. Now, if there's too much tension, you can hold on behind the thigh, guiding your legs close to your torso, or holding on to the kneecap. Make sure that that knee that you're holding is pointing straight up to the ceiling, because if we lean to the right, there's not a lot of release. Shoulders stay on the mat, tailbone stays on the mat, breathing deep. And let's release this side and move on to the other side right away. Left ankle on top of right thigh, holding on to the right knee. And let's release this into a supine spinal twist. Straighten your left leg, place it down, keeping your bent right knee in your left hand and guide it over to the left, rolling all the way onto the left hip so that you can place that knee onto the ground. And if your right arm is not exactly over on the other side already, you straight arm over to the right, looking past your outstretched fingertips. Bring your right arm back to the knee, guiding your knee to the center. Straighten your right leg and everything on the other side. Bending your left knee, guide it over to the right. Left arm comes across, looking past your outstretched hand. And bring that hand back to the knee, guiding your knee to the center. Bending both knees, hugging your knees, making circles with your knees perhaps, or rolling from side to side. And rolling from tailbone to the head, back and forth 2 or 3 times, massaging all the bones in your back. And coming up to a seated position. Sitting cross-legged, or in a lotus pose, straight and tall. Close your eyes, breathing deeply. Go ahead of the cow. Coming to a hero pose, so bringing your right leg down, your left leg on top, knee on top of a knee. The hero pose, holding onto your feet, sitting with a straight spine, straight and tall. And for the head of the cow, so your left leg is on top, bringing your right arm forward and back, reaching back with the opposite hand. See if you can make a connection. We touch fingers, clasp hands, pull on your shirt. Maybe you have a sock or a towel close by that you can make an extension if you need to. Sitting straight and tall, breathing deeply. And releasing your arm position, back to the hero pose, pausing with your eyes closed. Switching legs, so bringing your hands behind you, leaning back, uncrossing and cross your legs the other way. Sitting in the hero pose first. Take a couple of deep inhalations and exhalations. Now that your right leg is on top, bringing your left arm forward and back. Can help with the opposite hand to bring that upper arm back, to reach down your back a little more. Opposite hand around, making a connection, hopefully making a connection. And releasing your arms, holding onto your feet, pausing with eyes closed. For a V-leg stretch, again, bring the hands behind you, uncross your legs, open them, place them down. Feet are dorsiflexed, so the toes are pointed up. Hands on the thighs with the inhalation, lifting your spine. With the exhalation, sliding your hands forward as far down as you comfortably can. Now your hands might be somewhere on your lower legs. Maybe you can reach your feet from the instep, or you can do a mudra, 2 fingers around the big toes. Cap them with the thumbs. Take another inhalation, and with the exhalation, folding forward. And the next inhalation, releasing your hold, sliding back up, pausing for a moment with a straight back, eyes closed. Moving into a balanced V, so sliding the heels in. Holding onto your feet. Again, you can hold onto your feet. You can do mudra on the big toe again. And if you have real long legs, very likely you'll hold onto your ankles or to your calves. Look at a focal point, leaning back, balancing on the tailbone area, lifting your lower legs so that the lower legs are parallel to the floor. Focal point and up at the ceiling, straightening your legs, pulling the shoulders back and opening your feet. Balance V. Moving the shoulders back, shoulder blades closer together. And we'll take this into a posterior stretch. So closing your feet, keep your hold if you can. Bending your knees, setting the heels down. Take a deep inhalation. And as you exhale, sliding your feet forward and bending forward into posterior stretch. With the next inhalation, releasing your hold, sliding back up, pausing for a moment with hands on your thighs, eyes closed. We'll complete our postures with an inclined plane. Left arm back and right arm back. And you have choices. You can bring your fingers towards you. That's easy on your wrists. You can make fists with your hands or do the whole pose on your forearms. So whatever suits your needs. Lifting the hips up high, guiding the toes towards the floor. It's comfortable letting your head rest back. Slowly lowering down. Preparing for deep relaxation by lying on our backs. Arms by your side, palms facing up. Make sure your body is completely relaxed. The spine is straight. Deep relaxation is a conscious process of relaxing the whole body, part by part. Try to keep your mind engaged in this process to gain the benefit. If there's another movement you need to do, please go ahead and do so. And then begin to bring your attention to your breath. As you inhale, the navel rises. As you exhale, the navel falls. Deep, slow, abdominal breathing. And beginning deep relaxation by seeing, feeling, or imagining a soft, white, mist-like light entering your room. Moving towards you and gently surrounding your beautiful physical form. Let's invite this light to enter the toes of your left foot, toe by toe. Feeling ankle, lower leg, knee, thigh, and hip. Your left leg is completely relaxed. Now guide this light into the toes of your right foot, one toe at a time. Right ankle, lower leg, knee, thigh, and hip. Both legs are completely relaxed. Now guide this healing light into your torso, entering your abdomen, your stomach, your chest. Allow it to move deeper inside, touching your internal organs with this healing light. Moving up and circling your beautiful heart. Expanding out and filling your whole chest with healing white light. Now guiding this light into your back, relaxing away tension from your lower back. Through the middle parts, into your upper back, relaxing all tension away. Now guide this light into the fingers of your left hand, finger by finger. Into your wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. Moves into your right hand, finger by finger. Right wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. This peaceful light moves into your neck and throat, like a wave flowing into your face, relaxing your jaw, filling mouth and lips, your nose, your cheeks, filling your ears, touching your temples, moving into your eyes and into your forehead. This peaceful light moves inside your head, inside your brain, melting away thoughts and feelings. Leaves your body through your head once more, surrounding you. Expanding out and filling your room with your peace. Expanding out further and leaving your room. Your peaceful light of consciousness moves through the city, over houses and trees, over oceans, mountains, and continents, into space, to infinity, keeping you completely relaxed and completely in peace. Enjoy this peace. Enjoy. Gently preparing to guide your consciousness back, tracing it back over houses and trees, back into this room, back into your physical form. Energy and consciousness enters your head, fills your brain, moves down into your face, feel it behind your eyes, down your neck and throat, into your shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Vitalized energy and consciousness fills your torso from your chest, down into your stomach, all the way to the hips, thighs, lower legs, feet, and toes, moving fingers and moving toes. Let's bring the arms up, double inhale, stretching up, double exhale, relaxing down. And rolling onto your side, maybe lie on your side a little longer with your head on your elbow like a pillow. And then slowly sitting up, coming to a seated position. Let's rotate the shoulders forward, up and back, bringing all the energy back into our physical form and back up and forward. Moving head and neck from side to side or making circles with the face. Opposite direction. Let's bring the hands on the shoulders, lifting the elbows up, circling the elbows 3 times forward, up and back, and 3 times back, up and forward. And bring the arms out, palms up, inhaling, reaching up high. And exhaling, palms to the chest. Thank you for joining us today. This was our class. Yogis greet with Namaste, which means my soul bows to your soul. Namaste.